Well, I appreciate the invite to come and chat with you and your curiosity about what I'm building with Betterment, and would love to answer any questions you have about it.
Yeah, so like what is the like can you give me like what is the elevator pitch of Betterment? Let's start there.
Yeah, you're like, let's start here. What the hell is this thing? So Betterment. So I guess a good question to ask you first is: have you heard of Mint incentive protocols like Boost and Layer 3 before?
I've heard of them, but I don't know if I've ever fully understood what they are.
Well, that's
So
good. That's good because then, like, whoever's watching, they might be in the same boat. But basically,
yeah.
these protocols are set up, and they're geniuses and like pioneers for doing this. So shout out to both Boost and Layer 3. But the idea is basically you can take meme coins and put them in a contract, and then use those to incentivize minting behavior for your collectors of your content. Essentially, if you're an on-chain content creator, so you can take a podcast, you can take like my podcast Zero Pod, or you can take any of the content that you're making, and you're making lots of amazing content. Put it on pods.media, and put a boost contract on there. And then every time someone collects a piece of your content, they're getting like 80% back of the cost in meme coins. Really cool, really neat sort of incentive mechanism. I was using them a lot, but I kept thinking to myself, like, if only there was a better way to like bake the distribution into this process, and also maybe like gamify it a little bit, add a little bit of dopamine. And that's how I ended up at Bettermint. So Bettermint is a mini app on Firecaster. If you're not familiar with Firecaster, you got to get familiar with Firecaster because it's amazing. It's like an on-chain version of X, and Reddit had a baby. And you can go on there and you can actually like use apps in the feed. So if you're like old like me, you can like remember when games came to Facebook. That's probably the most boomer thing you could say. But remember when games came to Facebook, you had like Farmville and all these huge games blew up. And the reason they blew up is because the app was right in the social network. So people were there, checking out what their friends were doing on Facebook, and then they'd play a game. So this is kind of like that, but for the on-chain world. There's like these little mini apps, they're called, and you can play them right in feed. So you could just be scrolling Firecaster and you see Betterment, you click it, and all of a sudden you're in an app within an app. And the way Betterment works is you land on the page when a game is running, and you see a creator, an on-chain creator who's done something cool. So right now we're starting with podcasts. So it might be this podcast that we're talking on right now. Hopefully we're going to put it onto Betterment. You'll see that front and center featured, and you'll have the option to mint it to patronize the creator, and that's going to cost you like 0.0007 ETH, which is like a little over $1 USD. You mint it, you're patronizing your creator, and then as a little bonus for every mint, for every edition that you mint, you get a free ticket, and you get to spin this neon wheel, and you could win up to 100x back in meme coins. So it's taking that same concept of like incentivizing with meme coins to get people collecting and get some sort of traction on your content, but adding that like dopamine surge of like, I'd rather almost win 100x than get 80% back every time. And yeah, that's kind of the long elevator pitch of what Betterment is. We've only been live for a little over a week, so we're still like iterating, pausing after every round. We're running around every 2 days right now, where we basically put $1,500 worth of meme coins into a pool and just open it for 2 hours or until the pool is gone. It's been going really well. We've featured 4 different creators so far. Each one that's been featured in the app has made more than $300 in creator rewards in like less than an hour, because people are just kind of rushing into the app to play it and spin the wheel and collect the content. So that's what's going on with Betterment.
That's really dope. Okay, so I think that really helped me to understand. I think your TLDR especially really helped me to understand that it's a lot like these other boost mechanisms, but instead of just having, the one opportunity to get like a one for one, you can have like 100x maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah, and we're all
Um,
like monkey brains, we love to have a little opportunity to make a little bit of extra money. And so yeah, it's cool. And then the nice thing about it too is that, like, unlike the regular casino that you walk into, this content casino, the worst possible outcome you can have is that you supported a creator. So that's not so bad. If you come in and like you lose your spin or whatever, you've supported a creator who made something cool. So that's like not the worst case scenario. And best case scenario is you walk out with a nice like 100x on a meme coin that you're interested in, and It's good. It's kind of like a win-win-win, right? Because it's good for creators, because creators are just desperate for ways to monetize their content. Because I mean, you may know this, Ryan, but you can't survive on exposure. Like you can't pay the rent with it. You need actual dollars to be able to live in the world. So it's really important to find ways for creators to actually make money. So that's like one piece of the equation. It's really fun for the people playing it. Like I've had people say to me, like, I want to collect content for people, but I just don't ever have like the prompt to do it. And so this is like prompting people to have a fun way to collect that has a little bit of gamification. And then it's also even good for the meme coin and token partners who are supplying the tokens that make the whole thing spin, because Ryan, a lot of these projects, they have big token treasuries or token treasuries that they can't really use in many ways. Like you maybe they got them from LP fees, maybe they had them from an initial allocation from the project, but they can't dump them, or they don't want to dump them if they're building something earnest. They don't want to dump them on their community. So these coins are kind of like almost like pseudo burnt. They can't really be used. And these types of mechanisms kind of unlock, like I said on a thread yesterday, it kind of like Midas touches these tokens and actually gives some value back to them, because now you're able to plug them into Betrmint, distribute them out to like high value people who are on Farcaster, who are active. Surprisingly, like a very small percentage of people are selling them even. So like Farcaster is kind of weird that way, where like people get drops and they get prizes and they don't sell them immediately like they do elsewhere. So you're getting this interesting distribution network, plus you're getting the hype, plus you're getting the eyeballs on your project. And yeah, I think it's rare to find a situation where like almost everybody's happy all the time. So that's why I'm excited about it.
That's really dope. Yeah, we absolutely would love to use this with the creators. Like we've got
Yeah,
a ton of those tokens that you're talking about, the ones that are
yeah.
locked up that we don't want to dump on, because we're building in earnest. Like
Mhm.
I've been building the creator since 2012. So
Which is
like,
crazy, man. Like kudos
yeah.
to you. You know a thing or two about how hard it is for creators to get paid for their work. That's for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. I would love to find ways that we can kind of get this out there for creators to understand more, how this is an opportunity for them. And I even see this as being like something that the main feed, of, on-chain media and like, content digest, like, consumers who come through a feed and are just looking to find cool stuff to just digest and, even to just as that mechanism of discovery. Even I feel
Yeah.
like that's a good way
That's
to.
why I'm kind of bullish on very bullish on what Coinbase Wallet is doing as well. And I know you got to look at the new beta at Farcon, so did I. And one of the things that they're doing with the new Coinbase Wallet is that it's integrated with the Farcaster feed first and foremost. So when you open it up, that's the first thing you see. And then also it's very like content and mini app heavy, so that you're getting people's videos, and you're getting like mini apps that people are interacting with as events in your feed, so you don't have to like go looking for them. And I think that's like really promising distribution for creators. And something like Betrmint, where like you could publish a podcast on pods, and someone could be scrolling and they'll see your podcast first. Maybe they won't. They always say you have to see something 3 times before you click it, right? So maybe they'll see your podcast first as the podcast, and then they'll see your cast about it saying, hey, watch my podcast. And then maybe they'll see the Betrmint app and they'll be like, oh, that looks cool, and they'll click in, and now your podcast is there in Betrmint, and like you've hit that magic 3 number, and people are actually going to pay attention, maybe watch your content, win some meme coins. And I'm kind of bullish about that. So
Well, now I am too. Honestly, now that I
all right.
understand, now that I actually understand like the boosting mechanisms in general too, because like
Yeah.
you kind of gave me a tutorial on like how that even works to begin with, because like I saw these things being used. I'm like, boost, what even is that? But now I kind of understand like the concept of a boost, but then also why you'd want to, maybe 10x or 100x your boost. Like that's pretty dope.
But aside from even
Yeah.
like the dopamine piece of it, like Boost has built a really cool protocol where you can, and it's integrated with pods.media. So you can take $1,000 worth of degen or something and put it onto a podcast. And if you are lucky to have distribution, like if you have a decent following on Farcaster, I'm lucky to have a decent following on Farcaster, I can put a boost and I can cast about it and say, hey, come and get it. And enough people will see it that like over a few days, that boost will, will be used, will be claimed, and then therefore people are minting my content. But if you're a smaller content creator and you don't have a network yet, or don't have a big network yet, you can put that boost on there, and it's like if a tree falls in the forest, nobody knows it's there. That boost might just sit in that contract indefinitely, and no one will mint your content because there's no distribution baked into it. And so I think actually one of the bigger unlocks with Better is like the timeliness of it, because it's like this game that people like we've had over 5,000 people download this mini app this week, and like 4,800 of them have notifications on, which is unheard of in like in other apps, like on the app store and stuff. Nobody puts notifications on, but people have notifications on because they know the only way they can play this game is if they're watching for the noti, and when it comes out every 2 days, they want to be there first to be able to spin and win. But you've just got these people who are now all of a sudden chomping at the bit to claim your meme coins, whereas before you could put a boost on and it could take 3 or 4 days for people to even come and claim. So like that urgency is also kind of fun to play with.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's so dope. Yeah, so for every creator who's watching, definitely reach out to toadyhawk to learn more about how Betrmint can help to boost your content out.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to be in touch with you, toadyhawk. The base creators group have some folks who are going to be interested in using this, and yeah,
Oh,
let's keep exploring.
yeah, I feel like I have like two tracks of people that we need to work with on this. One is creators, and we've had a lot of amazing creators come forward and say that they want to partner with us, yourself being one of them. So that's awesome. And if you are a creator, like Ryan said, drop in our DMs and let us know, and maybe we can do a piece together and see how it goes. And then the other side is just like token projects. So that's our biggest blocker right now to scaling this thing. Like I'd love to be able to do this thing every day and support a new creator every day, but we need more token projects to basically partner with us and contribute some tokens so we can make that flywheel start spinning. So if you're a token project and this is something that's interesting to you, also definitely please jump in our DMs and we can try around, see how it goes. It's pretty low risk, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how much hype you can kind of generate from a single round like this.
Well, I know Create Token is definitely involved, so we're gonna test it out, and we'll report back and see, share our results and
Yeah,
let
please
the
do.
yeah
Hopefully this will be super meta. Like hopefully you're gonna record this. We're recording it now. You're gonna edit this, put it out on Betterment, and we can like boost it with your token, and then like it'll be like the perfect meta mix.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'm thrilled that you've created this for creators, and like as a content creator yourself,
Yeah.
I know that it comes from a place of understanding the
Yeah.
industry of content creation from like the top down.
It comes
So
from a
yeah.
place of desperation. You can just say it. No, but
Hell yeah.
it's
Well,
true. Like I definitely understand what it's like, and that's actually what I'm most proud of. Even though we've only been doing this for a week, so like I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back too hard. Things can come and go, but I think there is a little bit of traction here. And what I'm most proud of is the fact that we've raised almost 1.5 ETH in just over a week for creators, which I think is something to be proud of. Pods.media put out their week their leaderboard for the week yesterday, and four of the top 10, the top four of their top 10 pods were all pods that were featured on Betrmint this week. So I think there's some real traction there, and that's my North Star is like, how can we help creators earn more on chain?
hell yeah. Let's figure it out together, man. I'm here for it.
Sounds good, man. Cheers.
Cheers.